Hello and welcome to the Valley today. I am your host, Janet Michael. We've got a newbie on the show today. She's a newbie to everyone listening from a Valley Today perspective. She is not, however, a newbie to me. I have known Ingrid Thompson for quite some time now. She is the outreach coordinator for Shen-Paco, and March is Disability Awareness Month. So Ingrid and I are trying to spread a little bit of that awareness today. And Ingrid, I am so glad that we were able to work out a way and a time for you to be able to come and talk about Shen-Paco on the show. So thank you for giving me the time today.
Thank you for allowing me to speak about Shen-Paco.
So for someone who maybe has heard of Shen-Paco, but they remember you from the thrift store days, for example, can you give me a little history and some background on who it is that you serve, how you got started, that sort of thing?
Absolutely. We are in our 52nd year. So we were established in 1974. It was a vision of an educator. His name is Bill Moyers, who him and some of his counterparts at school, since he was an educator, looked around and thought, where are these individuals going to go? Once they graduate from the school, 50 some years ago now, it's very different than it is today. Where are they going to go? Let's start something. So Bill Moyers and his friends started Shen-Paco. We started small in a workshop in Newmarket on Route 11. Workshop word is no longer in the dictionary. That's sub-minimum wage type thing. So our individuals, they don't work anymore. Is that a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing. It's a great thing. Our program is a day program. They come in, they enjoy the camaraderie with their peers. They come in and do crafts. We provide entertainment for them. They go out in the community, and going out in the community is very, very important because it's teaching the individuals how to interact with individuals in the community and vice versa, how the individuals in the community interact with the individuals. Individuals with disabilities have a little stigma, but they're human beings just like you or me. They just need to be taught just like we've been taught.
And in my experience, I'll be quite honest with you, they are some of the nicest, kindest human beings you will ever meet. I almost wish that my entire circle of friends were the types of people that you serve because they are just such good, wonderful people.
And they are. I can come to work. I've got a lot on my plate going on. It's going to be a hard day. I had a long evening. Come to work, and the first thing that I receive is a hug from somebody who just was living their best life. They are coming to me, giving me a hug, and that starts my day every day. How much more can you ask? It's wonderful. We then grew. We thought, well, Page County can also use our services. Note the name. Shenandoah, Paco, Page County. Shen-Paco, Shenandoah, and Page County. So we spread there. We built a facility in Quicksburg, built a facility in Luray, updated the one in Quicksburg, and here we are today. Quicksburg is our hub, basically. And in Page County is like a satellite type service. And today we serve about 100 individuals between the two locations. We have done a lot of things, but as times change, our industry has changed. So we do many different things today that we did yesterday.
Is there an age range for the individuals
There
that you serve?
is. There is. So they're for individuals 18 or over. So, and also I did not mention that Bill Moyers, who I mentioned earlier, is still the chairman of our board. 52
Wow.
years later, he is still our chairman of the board. He's extremely compassionate about the mission of our services and is willing to make any changes for us to continue to be successful.
I have had several conversations over the years with NW Works, which is your counterpart in Winchester, Frederick. And it is amazing to me. I've recorded some of those shows on location there at their facility. And it is amazing to me how you are able to teach so many of the people that you serve just basic skills and how they can be contributing members of society.
And that's exactly right. We are a little bit different than NW Works. We're a smaller organization. We serve the same individuals, but NW Works provides work. They have contracts with companies like Hood that come in and they are able to pay their individuals minimum wage for the work that they have. We do not provide any work. So we are strictly a day program. But do we collaborate together? Absolutely. Our focus and our mission is the same thing, just the people that we serve is a little bit different. But we do collaborate. I'm a big spokesperson for collaboration because that is where the industry is going, especially with the changes in funding and grants and fundraising. We have to work together because we're all aiming for the same money. So we're able to get more money by working together.
Speaking of money, is there a fee for the people that come into your program? Is it a free program for them to take advantage of?
It is not a free program. They have to be on something that we call Medicaid waiver. We are a nonprofit. We are a 501c3, but the individuals that come here receive SSDI, Social Security Disability. So the funds that they receive pay for them to attend Shen-Paco. If they don't have that, we do have self-pay that people can pay on a daily basis, but those are the two options that we have basically.
It seems like it checks so many different boxes because you're able to give that individual a whole new experience, whether it's social, all of these different things that you're able to do. But it probably also then gives that caregiver a little bit of a break for them to be able to get their things done during the day, to go to work, to clean the house, to just have that little bit of break from caregiving because that's a full time job in and of itself.
It is a full-time job. It does give them a break. It gives them some breathing room and things of sorts. But just to spin off of that, Shen-Paco, we do have 2 locations that we serve individuals on a daily basis, but we actually have 5 locations. So we have 2 group homes in Newmarket, Virginia, and we have one in Stanley that houses about 12 individuals. So we have about 5 locations, 2 facilities, but then we have the 3 group homes, which are fantastic. People do age out. They think I'm going to take care of them forever. There are times where they're of age that they just cannot do it anymore, lifting, doing the entire thing. So we hopefully will have placement for some of these individuals who attend us. And we're looking at possibly purchasing another group home this year or early next year.
Wow. I had
Yeah.
no idea that you had that group home component all these times that we had talked.
We
I
sure
had no
do.
idea.
It's wonderful. And I want to live in their house. Let me tell you, it's the best of the best.
What kinds of things do you do during the day? What kinds of activities? Can you give me some examples?
Absolutely. So we just do the basic things that people think of. We have the bingo. They love it because they get prizes. We do karaoke during the day. They do crafts. But we also have visitors. So Sheets organization comes once a year, brings their big old tanker truck, and they bring us treats. We have musicians who come and sing for us. We have woodworkers that come, anybody who just wants to come and show their skill because their skill is new to us, but it's also very new to them. And it's right on. They can watch it, they can see it, ask their questions. They're so interested in it. But we also go out in the community quite a bit. They go out every day in the community. It might be just to 7-Eleven to get a drink, but they're out in the public. And it's very important that they go out in the public.
On that note, let's take a break. When we come back, I want to talk a little bit more about that because I think that's an incredibly valuable piece of what you offer, not just for the individuals that you serve, but for those of us in the community who may feel some kind of way because maybe we've never been exposed to someone. So, can we talk about that side of it a little bit in the next segment?
Absolutely, I'd love to.
We're going to do all of that when we come back. We are on the Zooms today with Ingrid Thompson. She is the outreach coordinator for Shen-Paco. March is Disability Awareness Month, and that's the point we're trying to make today on the show. We're going to do more of that when we come back in just a couple of minutes. Just going to take a quick second during the break for a public service announcement. Winchester Little Theater, a place very near and dear to my heart, has discovered that ticket resellers are listing their shows online and jacking up the prices. But here's the truth, they only sell tickets through their official website, winchesterlittletheater.org, for $25 with discounts for students and seniors, but some of these websites are charging $45, $65, even hundreds of dollars. And while ticket reselling is legal, it hurts patrons and small nonprofit theaters like Winchester Little Theater. So before you buy, please check their website, winchesterlittletheater.org. That's theater, theatre.org. And thank you for supporting local theater. to the Valley today. I am your host, Janet Michael. We are on the Zooms today with Ingrid Thompson. She is the outreach coordinator for Shen-Paco. March is Disability Awareness Month, so Ingrid and I are trying to spread a little bit of that awareness today. And Ingrid, when we went to break, we were talking about how some of the activities that you do are taking the individuals that you serve out into the public on, I'll call them mini field trips, whether it's to 7-Eleven to get a Slurpee or to a coffee shop to get some muffins, things along those lines. Those are great for the individuals that you're working with, but they're also great for us as the general public to be able to meet and interact with those individuals.
That is correct. Unfortunately, years ago, people with disabilities were given a stigma of who they were. They are probably the complete opposite of what the stigma was. They will do and share and love you as much as they can. And with technology and science, medications is a huge thing. So a lot of them are taken care of that way. They're not mean, they're not aggressive. Of course, you have a few, but we were wanting to change that perception. They're just human beings like you or me. They just may need a little bit of help here or there. Can they pour a cup of coffee safely? Probably not. But we'll take them to a coffee shop and let them pour the cup of coffee and let them enjoy it. Can they go to Walmart and pick out their clothes? They can pick them out, but are they the right size? We need to help them with that. So it'd be nice to learn and teach the community that if they see somebody with a disability, for them not to be scared, but just to help them. Maybe, can I help you with something? They're not going to do anything. They're just going to say, yeah, because they a new person. They've met somebody new because they are restricted to the times and places that they can go. That will always be because they're taken care of so well. But even in our group homes, we do take them out in the community. Here at Shen-Paco, in both locations, we take them out in the community on a daily basis. Can I give a little story? We went to Chick-fil-A in Harrisonburg. We were there, and the guys were there, say guys and gals, I call them all guys, looking at the menu. And before you knew it, we had a couple come to us and pay for their meal and then turned around and gave us a gift card. They didn't know how to express how much they appreciated what we were doing, but just that little bit, I will never forget it. It was so nice and so kind, and the guys just loved it. They just loved it.
You're up against a generational stigma. When you talk about how Bill Moyers founded this organization 50 some odd years ago, 52 years ago, back then they weren't allowed to leave the house. Traditionally, if a family member had a child who had some sort of disability, they were shipped off to some sort of institution or they were at home. They weren't out in the public view. And that is completely changed now. But I
You
don't
are
think the public knows how to wrap their head around or their hands and their hearts around how to interact with them.
And that's what we're here for because those individuals, number one, aren't going to be by themselves. There is always going to be an adult with them, be it a family member, staff member from an organization. There will always be somebody there with them. And I have seen change over the past couple of years, even getting our individuals out that they're like, hey, how you doing? And it's so important. We're trying to change that stigma because, like I said, the very beginning, what was happened 50 years ago is not what's happening today in no way.
And I will admit, years ago when I first started doing the show and it was live in the studio, I had a group of students. I believe they were from Warren County High School, and they were in the program that
Have
Warren
a
County
big
High School
program.
has. And they
Mhm.
came to the station to do the show with me. And I will tell you, I was a little nervous. It was live radio, so I'm always nervous, regardless of the most well polished person sitting across from a live mic. But they were so entranced with how everything works and can I do this? And I just want to make sure that I'm not messing anything up. And it was one of the most enjoyable shows that I've done. And those kids were, I say kids, I'm sure they were
It's
probably
the same way.
more
Yeah.
not, but they were so smart. The one gentleman that was there knew everything about radio. That was his passion. And all any of us need to do is ask that question of the person that we're talking to. You would be shocked at what they know and what they can talk about.
They are so smart. They are so smart. They usually with a disability, they focus on one level of it thing that they're smart at. So somebody might be super good at English. Math is a huge thing. A lot of them are really good at math, crazy good at math. A lot of them can play the piano. They still have a brain. It's just theirs is just connected a little bit different. And one part of that brain is just very creative. And of course, there's different levels of disability as well. Not one person disabled is the same as the next person who is disabled. So it's getting the awareness out there as well for everybody to accept any type of disability. I will also say that there's probably very few of us, everybody in this world has a disability of one way or another. We have all just learned how to adapt, but some people just aren't able to adapt through that disability. I'm sure you have somebody who has a disabled child or something.
One of my very dear friends, she does the show with me every month, is Nikki Foster at the Front Row Warren County Chamber of Commerce. And Nikki has a disabled child. She had two disabled children, and we lost Breezy a few years ago. But her son, John, is the most outstanding human being I have ever seen. And anyone who's listening who has been walking through Walmart on a Friday night and had John walk by them and say, "Hi, how are you?" or has had dinner, he has the rounds that he makes. He is fairly self sufficient. He does still live with Nikki, but he has these rounds that he does on Friday nights, and he'll be at the Mexican restaurant walking around to everybody at the tables,
There
making
you
sure they're
go.
enjoying their meal. He'll be at Walmart.
Mm,
You could not meet a more kind and loving person who
right,
will talk your ear off about the
right.
most random of things. We just need to give them the opportunity to do that
Absolutely.
with us.
Yeah, because they don't judge. That's one of the main biggest things. They're the most non-judgmental people that you will ever meet. They are most complimentary, might look like crap one day in a jeans and sweatshirt like I am today. And they'll say, "Oh my gosh, I love those jeans, love the shoes." But they're the most complimentary people that you could ever meet. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
The last time I was at NW Works recording a show, Morgan gave me a tour of the facility and I interrupted one of the classes, and all of them were fascinated with how much orange I was wearing and where did I
Yes.
get that orange and how is it that orange was my favorite color and
Can you give
did
me
I
some of
know
that?
that this was
Yeah.
how orange is made in the color wheel. It was so cool. So how can we help you? How as a community can we help? What do you need? Do you need things? Do you need more people to come and talk about the skills that they have? What do you need?
We're always looking for funds to go on outings, like to the local zoos, to the coffee shop, a cup of coffee, $6. $6 times five, six five is $30. So it's $30 to take them out. We just need some funds to help us continue to give our individuals their best life.
I
Yeah.
would imagine too, it would be really cool if someone listening today has some sort of business where they make something and they would allow them to come and see this is how the coffee is ground or this is how
They would
this
love that.
works
We're
behind
always
the
looking for
scenes.
opportunity of places to go because what we see on a daily basis, they do not see. They don't have social media type stuff. That's one thing. They're not really allowed to have social media because of protection. But to give us an invitation to come see, we would always take them in small groups. We don't take all 100 of them at one time. We would take like 5 or 6 at a time, whatever would suit the place that we'd be going. Yeah, absolutely. That'd be fantastic. Yes.
And
Yes.
that's where those donations come in handy too, because you do have to have a bus. You have to have, you
So our
mentioned
trans,
earlier, they
yeah.
go out, supervise their staff members that go with them. This is not an inexpensive venture for
It
you
is
to run,
not.
particularly as a nonprofit.
And we're struggling a little bit with our transportation. We have a fleet of 21 vehicles. Our average age is 12 years on our vehicles. I just put in a set of tires on my car. That was $1,000 for a set of tires. Times 21 is $21,000 for sets of tires. Brakes, oil changes, just maintenance, just wear and tear. So we have a little fundraising event going on, trying to earn some funds to help support the maintenance of our vehicles. We are looking at providing new buses, but our buses with the grant process takes 2 or 3 years. So we have to take care of what we have so we can make it to the point where we can get some newer vehicles. But that is our main focus right now is our vehicle fundraising just for maintenance. just gas, maintenance, the whole 9 yards.
So where can people go to support that? Do they go
So
to your website?
we just had our website redone, and we would love everybody to come to our website. It's www.shen, SHEN Paco, PACO.org. Please go to our website. It is fantastic. So you can give a donation on our website, or you can mail it to our address, which is 1032 Whistler Road, Quicksburg, Virginia, 22847. Or you can certainly get in touch with me at any time, and I'll be more than happy to come, meet, greet, do whatever I need to do. But you can reach me on my cell of 540-325-7597.
And I will put the address, your cell number, and
Okay.
links to your
Yeah.
email and all of that sort of thing
Okay.
in the show
Okay.
notes. But that would be the ideal situation. Someone listening today thinks, you know what? I want to write a check or I want to help with that maintenance. It could be a mechanic out there that is interested in maybe helping by giving you free oil changes or counted
Absolutely.
things. Or
Absolutely.
someone who says, I want you to do a field trip here. I want you to come here.
Yeah, we would love that. The more we can do, of course, wintertime is always a little bit, what do you do? But we go to the sunflower fields and to the zoos and things like that. But it all costs money. It all costs money. And life's not cheap these days.
And once spring gets here, everybody gets a little stir crazy and wants to go out and about. So you want to do a little bit more even once we start settling into April and May when the weather is a little more predictable.
Absolutely. And we welcome people's going to get out and about. I welcome anybody to come visit us, visit Shen-Paco anytime in Luray or in Quicksburg. We'd love for you to see our facility. We're the bright blue building. Can't miss us, but we'd love to see you.
Ingrid, thank you for taking the time today to give me a little bit of background. I learned quite a few things. I thought, oh, this is going to be an easy one because I know all these things and I still learned more things.
There you go. That's what it's all about. Perfect.
I will be back tomorrow with a brand new episode of The Valley Today. It is Tourism Tuesday, Winchester, Frederick County edition. A couple of weeks ago, Justin Kearns took me over to Bistro Sojo, the cool new hotspot that is open on Braddock Street in Old Town Winchester. So meet me back here for that conversation just a few minutes after noon.